Alright guys, so I'm gonna try to attempt to get, there we go. What is up fam? So we are in Salem, Massachusetts right now, and what I'm standing in front of is the Hawthorne Hotel. Now this is one of the most haunted hotels in Salem, Massachusetts, and unfortunately we cannot go inside. I forgot a mask. But what I'm gonna try to do is hit some cool locations for you guys tonight, and one of the locations that we are going to hit is the cemetery that was filmed in Hocus Pocus 1. I definitely want to check that out. Since it's dark out, this will give you guys a cool little night tour. I'm definitely going to be doing some paranormal stuff as well. I brought my spare box, I brought the EMF and the REM pod, so you guys will be able to witness that and see what we pick up. Other than that guys, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't. Let's get into this video right now. Alright fam, so we just went inside a wand shop, and then we went inside Harry Potter store. It was amazing. I bought a bunch of stuff. All that stuff is going to be shown on Instagram and TikTok later. And literally I felt like I was inside Ollivander's from Harry Potter. It was awesome. So what we're going to be doing in a little bit is taking a tour, and they're going to discuss the Salem witch trial. So I'm going to try to record as much as I can and give you guys that, and I'm also going to do some spirit box stuff soon. So stay tuned guys. Alright guys, so in this area right here, there is a story when I came here a few years ago as a kid, that one of the trees, if you look, you can see like ghost legs hanging down like a person was hung. So what we're going to do now, we're going to walk over to this part over here, and I'm going to do an actual spirit box session and give you guys that, so at least you have that, and then I'm going to, like I said, record as much as I can on the tour. So let's go. Alright guys, if you remember from last year's video, it is right over here. I'm going to take a few pictures if I can. I'm going to go right over here. We got one of the houses. Chapter Street Cemetery. Oh, look at all the fog over there. That's crazy. Alright, let's go. So you see the cemetery. So it is told that in this cemetery you can see a blue light fly throughout the cemetery. And we're gonna go over right to the corner and we're gonna do a spirit box session. So let's go. Are there any spirits that would like to communicate with me? Am I disturbing you? Can you make yourself known, please? Is anyone that was hung here would like to speak with me? There's got some people in the background, it's alright though. Pod's going insane right now. Maybe because that's near it? Yeah, that's because I was near it. Wait. Is there any spirits that are here that like to communicate? I'm just moving it, guys. Look at that. I'm gonna reset it. Hello? Are you trying to communicate? Don't be afraid, I'm not here to harm you. You were just making the REM pod go off, was that you? Say holy. Is Giles Corey here with me? Just trying to debunk it. Stop. Would you like me to stop communicating with you? How many are here with me right now? Hello, hi. What the hell was that? Thank you for your responses. Alright guys, so I don't know what I'm getting through right now. I'm getting several different types of answers. So I'm going to try to move to a different position and see if maybe whatever is communicating follows us. So let's go. Yo, look at this old broad. Looks good. So this is what they think a witch looked like back in the 1600s. Creepy old bitch. Alright guys, so we're going to start the tour very, very soon. I'm going to try to record as much as I can and obviously make it so, you know, it's professional for you guys. And when I can, I'm going to use the spirit box. So we'll try that soon. It's making a noise I've never heard it make before. Michael Myers is over there. Perfect time for the new Halloween movie that's coming out, guys. So we're gonna start walking towards the cemeteries now. So we're walking the way we went towards the cemeteries.
You'll see me walking a little bit ahead. Don't feel like you have to chase me down. I'm playing the October game. Get that good spot before the next guy does. I'm always going to wait for everybody to catch up before I start talking about anything even remotely interesting. And this half circle that you've done around me so intuitively, this is the perfect formation. Best for the microphone. How's my volume?
Good. Great.
Best for like if we got a skitter pack, let another group by. It's October, it's going to happen. Most important reason, I'm really a fan of being the center of attention. So, thank you very much.
Woo!
Welcome to Salem, everybody. Welcome to Salem in October, everybody.
Yeah!
Where the hell did you park?
Yes!
So my name is Lamaris. I'm your tour guide and storyteller for the evening. I actually live here, north of Boston all my life. Came to Salem in 1994 to go to Salem State University, and I never left. That's how much I like this city, and boy, you're going to find out how much I like talking about it. So I'm going to walk us in a rough circle around the center of Salem. The walk itself is just under about a mile. And I just take you to a bunch of specific locations that have interesting stories attached. And my stories are 2 parts history, which is very often like weirder than the ghost stories and ridiculously gruesome. 1 part kind of a blend of legend, gossip, folklore, old and new. And 1 part ghost story.
Yeah!
For any of you who are paranormal enthusiasts, of the type who like to take pictures of locations. For Samuel Pickman and his family in 1664. And this places it among the oldest standing structures still up in Salem today. I have a bunch of that for you tonight, the oldest of this and the first of that. This was rediscovered in the 1960s. How do you rediscover a whole entire building? So a lot of these centuries old buildings have excellent bones, solid oak, solid chestnut frames. So they get sold around, they get passed around, embellishments, additions. The original identity of the home gets lost. I had friends that bought a little house in Salem. Oh, it's from the 1940s. Hey, let's make it more open concept. Wait, this doesn't look right. They get a second appraisal. Turns out more like 1740s. And you'd be amazed how often that happens. The John Proctor house, one of the victims of the witch trials. His house was on Zillow 3 years ago. $600K, you could pick up the John Proctor house. Fortunately, somebody bought it that wants to do something historical with it.
That's
and then
good.
every once in a while, a historical society gets involved, which is what happened here, and restores a thing to its former glory. And then in the 80s, the Peabody Essex Museum purchased it. This would have been impressively sized for a late 17th century house. Pickmans were a wealthy merchant family, and they were around during the witchcraft panic, but to the best of our knowledge, they don't play any significant role in it. None of them serve as sheriffs or judges, none of them get arrested for witchcraft. Now, in spite of all that, this building does have a rather unfortunate legend that's attached itself to it. And this is a story I feel like had to be sadly familiar to households in New England back in the day, and I swear I've been telling this story more than 5 years now, super relevant in the last 2, back when people had to be really cautious of infectious disease. And in those days, we're talking tuberculosis or smallpox. If somebody got sick that way, the best you could do was quarantine them. You lock them in a room, you slip them some food and water, you hope for the best. The story we have attached to this building happens a couple of generations after the Pickmans are out. Another family lives here, and they have an indentured servant, a young woman. Now, indentured servants aren't precisely enslaved, but they're not precisely full citizens either, so they're not very well treated. And this young woman got sick. Patriarch of the family makes the decision to lock her in the upstairs attic. But he does not bring her food, and he does not bring her water, and eventually the family vacates the premises, leaving what is left of this poor young woman behind. So, building gets very discreetly cleaned out, building gets quietly resold, a little time passes, and now people are talking about strange things happening inside the house. What sounds like a young woman singing when there are no young women to be found. What sounds like scratching coming from the
That's what I picked up.
Pretty soon, nobody wants to live here. The building.
That's what I picked up on the spirit box.
And at this point now, people are reporting that they're seeing from a distance what appear to be lights on in the upstairs attic. So more time passes. We get to the mid-1800s and there's this constant.
Alright guys, so that's creepy. That is not alright. It looked like something walked across. Alright guys, so we're moving back into the cemetery now. So, yeah. You can see a light on. That's creepy as hell.
Wait, what is that called? Cemetery?
Yes. All around here. Orbs.
It's older than me because I remember hearing it when I was a kid. That's scary. I don't want to find walking around back there. And again, when I heard it again as an adult, a lot of different weird times. So I turned to my, I'm 20.
Alright guys, so I'm gonna try to attempt to get, there we go. Picking up something right there, guys.
Can we stick with you?
Sure.
That's freaking awesome.
Who was a hanging judge. A lot of the official people involved in this, they're reluctant to participate. Some of them drop out, some of them apologize. Hawthorne goes to his grave believing he's done the work of God. He's got a famous descendant, the writer Nathaniel Hawthorne. You know, we've all read House of Seven Gables. This very boring little brick building right on the opposite
One of the houses, guys.
That is currently a Mexican restaurant. Haven't been in there yet. The building itself is it's a Sunday, and we're having one of our vicious New England nor'easters. And it's not like the kind we get later in the season where we get slammed every weekend with 2 feet of snow. This is the early, pelting, driving rain, flat friend. He's describing the days of his courtship with Sophia. He's come here one afternoon to visit with her. He's waiting for her in the parlor, which in those days was on the first floor other side of the building. And while he's sitting there, he sees something float through the wall from the graveyard side, from the cemetery side. So restoration projects in Salem, more often than not, the building gets rediscovered, like the Pickman House. Oh, look what we have here. Or it gets taken apart and reassembled in another location. Grimshaw House is unique. It's never lost its identity, never budged from the spot it was built. Always next
Sorry
to
guys, we have noise in the background.
Paranormal enthusiasts would refer
Check this out, guys.
on this side of the building. Smoky orbs, shadows in the windows, things like that.
Fucking touch it.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's some real witch shit right there. See the bones.
Third floor double window on the right there. When he played it back, to me,
That's insane.
it looked like mist. And then for a moment it coalesced into something that looked like a human face. And then it went back. woman in white. Oh, hi, sorry, I just started. There's a lady in blue, there's a woman in white, and there's a lady in gray. And some of the stories a little bit more extensive than others. But here, that building there, that is, it's got the Daniel Low and Company sign on it. Right now, that's Rockefeller's restaurant. Building itself, it's been a church, it's been a bank, it's been a jewelry store, several different restaurants. And the lady in blue apparently hangs out in the basement of that building. Yep. Currently, I know that pretty much any restaurant worker that has to go down into the basement to get supplies will not do it alone.
Why not? It's fun.
I guess it's like super creepy down there. I don't know. I'm not going to judge. Her backstory is that she was hiding out from somebody who meant her harm in the tunnels, and that she died in the tunnels. The smugglers' tunnels are real. If you Google smugglers' tunnels, Salem, Mass, you'll encounter several kind of amusing to me photos of a local historian kind of hunkered down in what's left of some of them. The time, fire, flooding, intentional landfill have destroyed a lot of them. But it's the basements of the older buildings around Derby Square and in this area of Essex Street that bear the evidence they exist. You get like mini tunnels in some of the basement stores that, 5 or 10 feet, and then they're blocked off. Doorways all over the place that make no sense at all, bricked up, blocked up, filled with debris. They were initially started by all of the wealthy men in the town to avoid Jefferson's duty tax, basically. And then they proceed to becoming part of the Underground Railroad, and eventually very likely used in Prohibition to smuggle alcohol. Now the street that we're standing on, this is Essex Street. We started on the street, we're going to finish on this street. We're standing on the oldest road that runs up this side of the United States. This road predates any European conquest or settlement. This was a native.
Alright fam, so we just checked that thing out. We are moving on. And coming right up now, this is one of the locations that they filmed for the original Hocus Pocus movie. This is the town hall.
Why is it Bridget? I have no idea. But this is a very old, persistent story. In spite of her age, though, I've started thinking of the woman in white as Salem's most internet famous ghost, because every couple months out of curiosity I'll Google woman in white Turners, woman in white Salem, Lyceum. There'll be another half dozen stories, people insisting that they're seeing her in the kitchen, they're seeing her in the dining room, on the stairs in there. People post pictures where they believe that they've captured her. We got a few of those on our Facebook.
Alright guys, so we are currently walking to another location right now, and we're going to pretty much wrap everything up. So far we've heard some great stories. Most of them, yes, 100% accurate. Some of them need a little bit more refreshing, but other than that, what do you think? Yeah? Awesome. But yeah, so I give it a thumbs up. I did this tour back when I was like maybe 10, 11, something like that, and everything was totally different, but this is a little bit more entertaining, and I'm glad they're still throwing history into it. So we're gonna go to the next location, and we're gonna be wrapping this video up very soon.
So Giles Corey was among those arrested for witchcraft. When you got arrested for witchcraft, they immediately demanded a plea out of you, guilty or innocent.
Alright guys, so in this area right now, I couldn't really record it because I didn't really want to like get her in the camera, but in this area is where Giles Corey was pressed to death. There's a cemetery that I want to go check out, but we're not going to do that tonight. We're going to do it in the next video when we come back here, and we're going to do a lot more. We are definitely going to hit Proctor's Ledge. That is the execution site for all of the Salem witch trials, so we are definitely going to hit that up. If you guys want us to check that place out in a separate video, comment below. We're going to one more location, and I have to say that the history of this place is just amazing. This castle right here, there's said to be a spirit of a homeless man, which is known back in that time as a beggar, and he walks up and down this lane, and the woman in gray haunts this location. Definitely another location I want to try to get inside and investigate, but time will tell if we can do that, guys. Make sure you guys smash the like button for this video. This is our season finale for season 4. I just want to thank you guys enough. Just awesome. So make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. And we're almost done. So let's go. Alright guys, so this location right here, this is where you can see feet hanging about this area right here.
So the house that I want to tell you about is currently like 4 or 5 tour guides deep. And I want to make sure that you can actually hear this story.
Alright guys, so if you look
When you go down and look
in
at
the
that
top
building,
right corner of
if it
the
looks even
picture,
remotely familiar to you,
you can see like there's a face or something there.
Salem used to be home to the
And then I took a picture on my phone, which I'm going to show you guys, but literally there's nothing there.
At one point, they acquired the rights to a game from
That's
the United
insane.
Kingdom known as Cluedo.
Alright fam, that is going to be it for tonight's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is the end of season 3. We are going to start season 4 very, very soon. If you guys want us to come back here and do more paranormal stuff, go to Proctor's Ledge, which is the actual execution site. If you guys want us to do a little bit more, comment below. I know it wasn't much paranormal. We tried to do as much as we could while on the tour. And obviously, hopefully I got some good footage while recording. There's a few pictures that I want to show you guys that are going to be after this video, so stay tuned for that. Let me know what you guys think. Other than that guys, I love you all so much. We are truly stronger together. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.